They say people come from far, far, far away to find their dreams, chasing down these meteors and comets called dreams in the sky of life.
Yo, what's Gucci, buddy? It's your boy K-Dot. First Black Super Saiyan where about on the planet. I'm back here with another video. What up? What's up? We're back here with another video, a stream, live stream. We're about to talk about some topics. Got a lot of topics. We're gonna flash through most of these. Arkham Gaming is here. I don't know who else is going to jump in. Chillmonger might be free this morning. I don't know if he hopped. How you doing, Arkham?
I'm only going to be here for a little bit. I have work at 1:30.
That's fine. We're not going that long. Probably 8:24 9. 8:24 now. I'll be done by 9:30.
Yeah.
Oh, the pick and thumbnail should be large is a great pick.
I did hear about the
Ezra Miller. Large for you.
Like, this is my thing with Ezra Miller thing.
Talk about it.
Like, it's kind of getting old now. Like, you understand? Like, it's the same thing over and over. It's like, you don't expect anything anymore because, like, people think Warner Brothers Discovery is going to spend more money to reshoot every scene in the Flash movie. That's very unrealistic. They put too much money into it, and do you know how much money that's going to cost to reshoot every scene? And he plays multiple parts, not just the Flash. Like,
Wow.
Like he plays different versions of the Flash and stuff like that. So that's going to cost, like, I don't know, like probably more than $500 million.
Right now, I would say this. People are being very unreasonable about recasting the Flash, right? I'm totally down with recasting him after the movie comes out. Let me make this clear to everybody in chat. I'm totally fine with him being recasted after the film comes out. If he's still Flash, I can care less. I can still separate the art from the artist. But if they recast after Flash, I do not care. If they want to start over, pick a new guy. Shit, pick a new guy. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see the Flash.
Yeah,
I can care less. I can literally care less. Like, this is why I don't have attached. This is why I like comic book movies before the MCU, right? And I'll say this. Batman's been a prime example. We had multiple versions of these characters, and when we get new ones, we keep it pushing, right? People get too attached to these actors, these one versions of these characters, and then they get stuck. And you get people saying like, oh, only one person can play Wolverine. Only one person can play Iron Man. Only one person can play Steve Rogers, Captain America. I can't see no other actor. It's like, no, you can.
I think
it's like no, you can. This isn't the first time we have seen different characters play different actors play the same character. It's just you got to learn how to, detach yourself from the actor and move on.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing wrong with liking this specific version. It's like people have to understand. Do I think I get like whatever happened to like Amber or whatever happens to was it Ezra Miller? I don't care. That's their lives. Like it's not like this is people. This is why I kind of hate what kind of the world come to, because people care for some reason. Celebrity lives, they care about celebrity lives in their own life. Like it's kind of true. Like,
yeah, people care more about these celebrities' lives more than their own lives, because honestly, I'll be honest, a lot of people have boring lives and they just love seeing these celebrities and their drama, their nonsense.
I guess
they love critiquing it, they love getting mad about it, and they love just bashing them for not having like moral values and stuff. It's almost as if people look up to these actors and get mad when they do something human. They do something human, like fuck up. We all fuck up. And they're like, oh my gosh, why'd you do that? I believed in you so much. Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, he fucks up like everybody else. He can fuck up too. Just because the actor don't mean shit. Just because he's in the public eye doesn't mean shit. He's still a person. He's still gonna fuck up. He's gonna do great. He's gonna do whatever. He's a person. At the end of the day, people people just have boring lives and love being so involved in these celebrities and their problems. Now, another thing I wanted to say about this, it's very funny to me how David Zaslav is so quick. You guys, I'm not trying to say get rid of David Zaslav. I am not with that get rid of David Zaslav stuff. I will critique his decisions and I'll give his decisions props.
Yeah, like
It's just funny to me how he has a response ready about the cancellation of Batgirl, but nothing about Ezra Miller. The only comment he has made about the Flash movie is that he wants to release it, which I totally agree with. Just release the damn movie.
He wants the blockbuster. He wants the blockbuster treatment. I think that means theater and stuff like that. And it's like, I agree. Like every decision, a new guy come in charge, whatever. Like whoever, it's Dave Zala or whoever, you're always gonna have criticisms no matter what. But just because he makes one decision that you don't like, you're just we have to cancel him.
Right.
So like we don't know if he's gonna cancel all these projects. Like the only thing that I know is like it seemed like he didn't like the idea of Michael Keaton being the main Batman. And
I don't think it was that. I think it's just the money.
Like no matter what, like
because I don't know what he thinks is good or not. Because what if, as he said, this Flash movie's good, he said Shazam 2's good, said Black Adam's good. If I'm not saying these movies will be bad, I hope they're good. But if they're not good, and he says they're good, I have to question what he thinks is good. You know? But that's if the movies come out good.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm saying
I don't. That's why I don't watch reviewers like that. There's a few people I watch, and it's very select. I rarely watch reviews of anybody's anymore. I watch like my friends' reviews, Anzo, MSK, Ashley, whoever. I watch their reviews, right? But I don't watch everybody's reviews consistently like that. I like to go into movies fresh. I don't care what anybody else's opinion is. I really don't care. I care about my opinion. So I only care about what I believe Batgirl may or may not be, but that's only if I can see the movie. If I can see the movie, I can say if it's good or if it's bad. I'm not going off of David Zazav's opinion because I don't know what.
You don't know if it was good or bad.
I don't know if it's good or bad, and I don't know what David Zaslav thinks is good or bad. He thinks the Batman's good. I agree. He thinks Joker's good. I agree. I mean, those movies already came out, so I mean.
Yeah, I like those movies, even though like
he said those movies are good. I agree with him; they're good. If he said they was bad, I have to question his taste in movies. If he said Joker or the Batman was bad, I have to question his taste in movies.
This is what I see from my perspective. Like remember, I think it was who released this Snyder Cut? Who greenlight who was able to get the Snyder Cut to come out?
AT&T.
AT&T, like Jason
AT&T.
QR. Jason QR, I think it was.
He was part of it, but it was mainly the studio heads at AT&T.
Okay.
AT&T that got it.
AT&T and stuff like that. David Zala seems like you can seem like he's somewhat like a Kevin Feige somewhat that he won't release no director's cuts or anything like that, or like if he doesn't like a movie or anything like that. Like I'm not saying Kevin Feige like cancel the movie or anything like that, but like you will never see Kevin Feige.
I wouldn't say he's a Kevin Feige, but he thinks like a businessman. I mean, Kevin Feige thinks like a businessman too. But Kevin Feige
I'm saying like a businessman kind of thinking where
he's thinking business. He's thinking
because
business.
you never see Kevin Feige put out a director's cut. Never.
Nah.
He never put it out. Like even if you have like a petition of it, he's not gonna do it. And
because the version he puts out, he thinks is perfect, and what is the version that we shall see.
Yeah. So like I think this is going to be similar what David Zala's gonna be doing. Like it's that kind of same mind thinking as like a businessman. So like he's not like no matter how you feel about the cancellation or if you want a better version and they cut things, he's not gonna do it. This is businessman kind of thinking like Kevin Feige, and this is gonna be a different. like it's gonna be very different than usually happen.
Well, Kevin Feige, I mean, he just puts out anything at this point. I mean, he greenlit Thor 4 and let it see the light of
No,
day.
I'm just saying like like
I mean,
extended
but he
cut.
doesn't do a lot of like backtracking on stuff or the keys.
Yeah.
I mean, what's different with Kevin Feige, and a lot of them don't do this, especially a lot of studios. A lot of them wouldn't have the dedication to do something like the MCU because you would have to do a lot of sacrifices. You may have to sacrifice the box office. You may have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice some stuff. You have to go through some bad stuff. You gotta let some bad movies come out,
And good movies.
in order to get to the good movies and stuff. Like this is an investment. Most people would have fell off. Universal. They tried to do the Dark Universe. They tried to do the Mummy movie, the Dracula movie, and guess what? They didn't finish it. They didn't even. They're not. They barely started it. You know what? They're not even doing it. That universe is dead. It's dead. It takes a lot of accepting your failures and willing to go through those failures.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people might have called Kevin Feige crazy or Disney crazy for their tactic and how they did this, but they made it work. They changed a standard that wouldn't be like business, something good for business. But
yeah, I'm just saying like the new guy in charge of WWE has like that kind of same thinking. Like he's not gonna be putting out director cuts and stuff like that. Like if you don't like the movie or not, and the director says there were some scenes that cut, and people put like hashtag, like they're not gonna do that anymore. They're not gonna be releasing no like director's cuts anymore.
Right.
That's gonzo. Am I right?
Yeah, I think they do need to stop that. It is what it is. We get what we get at the theaters. We should be expecting good movies theatrically.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to ask for another cut. If we do ask for another cut, then that's like the better cut with the movie. That means the movie wasn't good, but still, you shouldn't be putting out all these extra cuts and stuff because, I mean, this is what you can do. I think they can start doing it in this form of fashion. Streaming, right? HBO Max. They have the 2 Lord of the Rings cuts of each movie. They have the extended cut and they have the theatrical cut.
Yeah. I
think it's fine to do something like that. But as far as trying to release stuff in theaters and stuff, like you release a second cut of this movie, no. If you want to release the extended version, just put it on your streaming app, like Disney Plus. They have the extended version of Endgame that's like 3 hours and 20 minutes. Put it on Disney Plus. That's it. If you don't need to give us a full 5-hour cut you have or 4-hour cut, but just if you want to, you can release it on streaming as a companion. Yeah. You gotta watch the extended cut or the theatrical cut. But in the theaters, we should be getting theatrical cuts, meaning movies that aren't like over 3 hours or hitting 4 hours. Like the standard, like 2 hours and 50 something minutes. Just
2 or 3 hours is like the limit for people.
Right, standard time. Nothing crazy, nothing wild.
Yeah, I don't think people would sit in a movie theater for 4 hours to watch a movie.
I got a comment from John Dovento. He said, "We still defending abusers up in here, or did the topic change?" Nobody's defending anybody. Should roll back the stream and see.
Yeah, we never defended. We just say like me and K-Dot's never defended Ezra Miller or like whoever it is. It's just like at the end of the day in the Flash movie, we don't really care about Ezra Miller because
I don't care about him. I don't care about his drama. I'm here for Flash.
Like in my life, like he's ruined his own life.
I mean, I care about the drama, but I'm at the point where I'm like, ain't shit I can do. He ain't finna say nothing. Yeah. I'm not gonna get on no petitions and all that shit. It's no point.
Yeah, there's no point.
What I think they should do, recast after Flash. That's all you can do. Just recast. If they don't, why really care? Shit, fuck y'all.
Yeah, like it's nothing we can really do if it's the studio's choice. Like you can do all the hashtags you want, but like there's nothing really you can do. They have the power. Like they do have the power. He's the guy in charge, so he could fire him or not.
Yeah, and people don't watch it anyway, so.
Yeah, it's a superhero movie. People watch it no matter what.
What up, big bro? WCW have not released a statement yet on this guy yet. What's taking them so long? I honestly think they're just avoiding it. If they do address it, I mean, it's going to be a shit show. I think they're just avoiding it and honestly waiting for shit to die down. But if more stuff keeps racking up, I mean, when they get to marketing the Flash, I mean, good luck. Hey, good luck. Just release the movie and we'll see what happens. But good luck.
It releases in June, right?
Yeah, like June or July.
Yeah. Like, they're not going to put out a statement. That's just going to make things worse.
That's true, Gavari.
Like, if you put out a statement, like if you tell what actually happened, that's just going to make things worse. Like, it's not going to make things better.
Well, in the court of public opinion, the public opinion is already made. People think Ezra is... People, everybody... There's a lot of people who believe the allegations, and there's people who don't. There's more people who believe the allegations than do not. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. There's nothing Ezra can do to change, and
say if these are...
There's nothing you can do to change the court of public opinion. There's still people who think, for example, Michael Jackson. There's still people who think Michael Jackson touched children. There's a lot of people who don't. But there's still people who think Michael Jackson touched children, even though nobody cannot prove that he did. Or prove that he did. Right?
Yeah.
Like, people's opinions are already made up. It is what it is. This is what it is.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Like, no matter if the allegations are fake or not, like, whoever put these fake allegations with articles and stuff like that, like I'm just saying if they're fake. Like, if they're fake, they definitely kind of destroyed his career.
Yep.
I'll give them that.
Real quick, to end it, we'll read up on what the recent allegation was. Real quick. So, we're gonna keep it quick, guys, so we can get through the next topic. I got I think 4. A lot of these gonna be Flash topics, but let's go. The Flash star Ezra Miller charged with felony burglary in Vermont.
Did he rob a bank or something?
Supposedly he stole some alcohol from somebody's house. Ezra Miller, the embattled star of Warner Brothers' The Flash movie, has been charged with felony burglary in Stamford, Vermont. According to the police report, Vermont State Police were notified of a burglary complaint from a residence in Stamford at 5:55 p.m. on May 1st. Police found that several bottles of alcohol were taken from the residence while the homeowners were not present. After collecting statements and looking at surveillance videos, police found probable cause to change Miller with felony burglary into an unoccupied dwelling. Police located Miller on August 7th at 11:23 p.m. and issued them a citation to appear in Vermont Superior Court on September 26th for arraignment. Okay. Now the rest of this is just talking about the Hawaii stuff and giving backstory.
Yeah.
Honest, dude. Look, this is messed up, but come on.
Did they?
I don't care. That sounds funny to me. He's stealing
taking someone's alcohol from their house.
I mean, hey, that's theft. That's not right, but that's just funny to me.
Like,
now I thought the recent allegation was you freaking ran somebody over the car or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that, but this is harmless. He just stole alcohol and ran. Like,
I mean, it's bad. It's theft, but I'm like, yeah, hey, it's like stealing apple from a store. It's fucked up, but you stole an apple. I mean, you didn't kill nobody.
Yeah, it's like, I will say this: he probably has an alcohol addiction or something like that.
He probably does.
Yeah, he probably does, but
I wouldn't be shocked.
This is like nothing than the stuff that he's done in the past.
All right.
Like, stealing alcohol. Like, people do that all the time.
He definitely does need to get some help. I hope he is getting help in some rehab right now or whatever. I don't know, but he needs to get his help. And hey, RDJ is a prime example. Any actor can make a comeback. Well, it depends what you did. If you're like a pedophile or rapist, I can't say much about your career. But RDJ made a comeback after, being on drugs and stuff. He made a comeback. And now he's Iron Man. Well, he was Iron Man. He's dead now.
He'll probably come back. Let's be honest, they'll bring them back. Because remember in the comics where Tony Stark's AI?
I don't think he's going to be the AI. I don't think they're going to do the AI thing.
Because
he has to learn voice work. I'm not saying he wouldn't, but I don't think he's going to come back to be an AI. Because he still has to because isn't he like a holographic AI that shows his full body?
The AI,
AI?
How his AI is, it shows his full body and everything like that. And in the comics, he actually fights. So
Jill, if you want to hop in and join us, you can. We're going to talk about the Professor X news next. Oh, what's up, Marcus? Marcus, I see you.
But it'll be interesting if he comes back.
I think at most we'll probably see him show up in Secret Wars.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Secret Wars.
For a multiverse crossover event. I mean, hey, they brought Toby and Andrew out of retirement, so anybody can come. Let's get on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Let's knock this one out the way because this is a flash one. Super quick. Gaming related. All right, you guys. Wild news in Hollywood. A live action Pacman movie is coming to a cinema near you. Oh my gosh, they're really doing a live action Pacman movie.
I'm not surprised. Aren't they making a live I'm not surprised they're making a live action Lilo Stitch movie. And then with Pixar they're making a they're making a bunch of these Uno or whatever it's called. You have they have a bunch of stuff that is ridiculous that they may make.
Marcus, I doubt they'll be 4 hours, but they'll probably be filmed back to back like Endgame.
I don't think it'll be 4 hours. They're not going to
they're not going to be 4 hours.
People are not going to, this is the thing. It was an exception for the Snyder Cut because it was in streaming. But people are not going to. You can't
release a 4-hour movie in theaters and make money.
Yeah, and people probably need to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to be sitting in the theater for 4 hours.
And you're also hogging other movie runtimes. Let's say, and there's a lot of bias with especially Disney superhero movies. They'll take up so much of the rooms that have screens in them in these theaters, and they'll pretty much hog them. I'm not saying all theaters do, but there's some theaters, especially when these Disney Marvel movies come out, they be hogging a lot of the screens.
Yeah.
If you put out a 4-hour Marvel movie, that's just
too much.
That's too much, and easily they're going to take away from other films and stuff. So
yeah, what is Marcus talking about?
Gotta be fair.
What?
Jay the Truth said he needs to get help in prison. Jay, I don't disagree. Ezra needs to answer for his actions. Sir Chillmonger. So, we have some interesting news about a live action Pac-Man. The last time I played Pac-Man, was it was a 3D game of Pac-Man that came out on GameCube. It was tight. I forgot what the name of it was. It was a 3D Pac-Man game. It was dope.
I had that same game.
You know what I'm talking? The game was tight, man. That game was tight. I loved it.
I don't know why they have to make these things into live action. It's ridiculous.
You didn't watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
I did.
Pac-Man, hey. They was
I think-
teasing Pac-Man the whole time. He was there.
I guess.
James Gunn will direct, guys.
Didn't
Live
Adam
action
Sandler? Adam Sandler did a Pac-Man or a video game movie for Netflix, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. No, it came out before Netflix, but it's one with Kevin Smith when he's president and stuff, and Peter Dinklage was in it, and it was some other guy, but yeah.
But Pac-Man's been building, and then here it is now, his own motion picture.
Hold on, guys, give me a quick minute.
That was an alarm for something.
I think it was a phone call or something.
No, that's the alarm. Do you not have Android? That's the alarm. Like
I know I have
signature.
iPhone.
Yeah. Yours is. How does the iPhone wake up go? It goes down, 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 down.
Something.
Can I touch on Riri Williams? My screen is really small, so you can't really see it. But basically, in that first issue of her Invincible Iron Man, it ends like this, where Tony Stark, the blue AI, is like a gift. And he's like, all right, I'm going to be your artificial intelligence now. It's not that she asked for it or anything. Some guy just kind of, as you can see here, some guy just gives it to them at the home on that side of the screen.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. How do you because they're doing Secret Wars? Do you think he'll come back? Like, it's not like he's gonna be dead forever. Like, we know he's gonna come back.
There's enough money to do it. There's enough fan outreach to do it. A variant, not the actual real Tony Stark. I think it's important for him to be dead because it would retroactively make Endgame worse if he doesn't die, you know?
Yeah.
But like a different version, sure.
Yeah, you could do like a different variant of RDJ or something like that.
And I mean like a cameo role. I don't necessarily need him to have 10 minutes on screen.
I have returned. All right. Live action Pac-Man movie in the works from Wayfarer, Bandai Namco, exclusive from Hollywood Reporter. A live action film in development based on the classic arcade game with an endless appetite. Pac-Man.
Josh said who asked for this.
We all did as gamers. We united and we wanted it. We've been wanting a Pac-Man movie for years.
Yeah.
The project hails from Bandai Namco Entertainment, the company behind Pac-Man, as well as games like Galaga and Tekken. And Wayfarer Studios, the production company founded by Justin Baldoni and Steve Sarowitz. So Bandai has a big part in it. That sounds like something good. I didn't know Bandai made Pac-Man though. I forgot they did Pac-Man. First introduced in the US in 1980 and originally called Puckman in Japan, Pac-Man became a coin-operated staple. The game is set in mazes where Pac-Man has to eat pellets while being pursued by colorful ghosts as the mazes get progressively more difficult. Personally, I felt Lady Pac-Man was pretty SJW, don't you guys agree?
Uh-huh.
I'm joking.
She is.
I'm joking,
She was
guys. Lady
forced.
Pac-Man isn't SJW. She's not woke. Lady Pac-Man is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still got it on. I had a little home Pac-Man arcade and had Pac-Man on it. I think Dig Dug, Lady Pac-Man, and another game.
My
You
friend
actually
has one
had
of those. My friend has one of those arcade things in his room, and he has like Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, and stuff like that.
We're getting that Smash Brothers cinematic universe slowly but surely.
What's up, Kendall?
Oh god.
There's a Mario movie coming.
Hey,
Two
That's,
Sonics.
that's gonna be interesting, Chris. Yes. Mario.
Detective Pikachu. See, all these characters are gonna have their own movie. Link is getting a movie. Remember, there's gonna be a Zelda movie.
yeah.
Like, because Nintendo got their own studio.
Alright.
We don't know if it's gonna be in live action or animated, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something interesting when they get all this stuff together. The game begat merchandise, several sequel games like Miss Pac-Man, as well as 2 television series, including a Hanna-Barbera produced ABC series and a Disney XD take.
What?
The project will be based on an original idea from Chuck Williams, Sonic the Hedgehog of Light Beam Entertainment. Baldoni Manugurgi and Andrew Kalof will produce on behalf of Wayfarer Studios, with Tracy Ryerson developing. Williams and Tim Kwok will produce on behalf of Lightbeam. Wayfarer, which recently announced a $125 million investment from Sarowitz for expanded production growth, was behind Disney Plus featured Clouds. Its upcoming slate includes football drama, the senior and coming-of-age dramedy Empire Waste. And that is it. So, the big thing is that this movie will be live action. How do you guys feel about a live action Pac-Man? I understand an animated Pac-Man movie. How do you guys feel about a live action version of Pac-Man?
It can only be a comedy. I won't take a single fat yellow guy seriously saying he's Pac-Man. So who's the writer? I want to see the writer's credentials. Because you better have some comedic, not
producers.
That's gonna be important though. Like, you got to know how to make some jokes. I want physical humor also, because a live action Pac-Man, is it gonna be like Sonic, how everyone is human, but Pac-Man is gonna be the oddball? Oddball.
I think that's gonna be a live action Pac-Man.
That is not That's Pacman. That's the one that they're talking about in Japan.
In a hoodie. But I think they might go the Sonic route. He might just look like Pac-Man, but everybody else looks.
What?
He could look like this. Who knows? It's live action. But I
Oh
think
my god. That's gonna look horrible.
I think they should go the Sonic route. Have him look cartoonish, but change the texture of him. Make him look, like not so cartoony and mushy looking. You might have to give him fur or something. I don't know.
You might have to give him
just
fur
to make his textures look right in live action. Like mind you, he's gonna have yellow skin. He's gonna be round. Like he's gonna look like cheese.
Oh my god. Did you see what is it called? I know they're making what is it called? Lilo and Stitch live action movie. Did you see the concept art for that? And that was horrible.
Who they cast as Lilo's older sister is gonna be like, how do I say this nicely? She has an unrealistic body type. Like, there's not a lot of people who can fill in that shape.
Not really. I mean, I don't know if she's like Tongan or Samoan, but I've seen some Hawaiian women with her body type.
All right.
It's mind you, it's not that many because a lot of them they're big. A lot of them are big, and you don't see a lot of those women that it's a lot of women that kind of fit. I see my fair share in San Francisco. It's rare, but you do see them. I think you can find some that body type. And I find some with the nose, like a big nose, but you'll find some.
Okay, Oos.
But yeah, a lot of the ooses they're big. They're big. That's just reality. A lot of them are big here, but they do exist. Trust me, there's some fit ooses. I knew one.
Some oosets.
My nephew dated one, so you can find him. Tom Holland is Pac-Man. I don't know, man. I don't think Tom Holland got that.
Tom Holland has Pac-Man.
You're bad.
Honestly, if you look, I personally don't know what story you can do. Personally, the story would have to be about the ghost. Or you make it Pac-Man has to save the world from ghost. Yeah, almost make it a comedic horror movie. Pac-Man saving the world from ghosts. He travels to an Earth in a different universe, and he has to protect everybody from ghosts.
Here's the thing with Pac-Man. There's not really a story to it. It's just like...
Yes, it is no story.
Yeah, there's no story.
So, and that's the beauty of this. Nobody can really argue like, oh, they butchered Pac-Man's story. They did it wrong.
It's just
Like there's no story, so there's opportunity to make a story out of it.
Yeah.
And this will be the first time they do make a story out of Pac-Man. There are people who make fan fictions, but this is the first time where we're going to see a Pac-Man story be done, because there is no story to this game. Pac-Man is one of the few games, just like Pong, where there's no story. You just play. You're in a maze. You eat these ghosts, and when you turn blue, they chase after you, and you're screwed.
You know what? That's going to be the climax of the movie when Pac-Man finally gets the power up at the corner. When he gets that mega pellet, there's going to be a mega pellet somewhere in this movie. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's the best. That's the only thing you can really do. Make it like Ghostbusters. Pac-Man, busting some ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, some ghosts steal his girl, and then, gotta do what you gotta do.
They're gonna make it a maze tournament. You gotta win to date Miss Pac-Man. You put Miss Pac-Man in the if the Pac-Man was successful, we can get Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man.
It's Pac-Man time.
And then Pac-Man 3, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man featuring Lil Pac-Man. Lil Pac-Boy. Oh my gosh. Look, shouts out to Wayfarer for, wanting to do something with video games. A lot of this video game stuff is really not successful in live action. So there's not a lot I can expect. My expectations are very low, but
they're low. But look, who's gonna voice Pac-Man? That's a great question from Kimani. You better be Ice Cube.
He can't talk. You gotta do it like Wally.
He can't talk. No, he's talking.
You gotta have him like doing the waka waka sound. He can say waka waka.
Waka waka.
And then you have a cast of people around him that can talk, and he's like Wally. You do it like Wally. He talks like waka 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 waka. Oh my god, this movie's gonna be funny.
Okay, but can his woman talk though? Nah, she can't talk. If he talks, she can't talk.
I think she says waka waka too.
Yeah. If that would be like very one-sided, I can see the whole the woman was a Packy Sue. How could she speak? He couldn't.
The game was Pac-Man World. That's what the game was. Yep.
I was actually thinking of that too. It's Pac-Man.
Yeah, the game was called Pac-Man World 2. I love that game. It's so freaking dope. Well, in this game, there was a story. I forgot what the story was. But some of the people in this game can talk. I don't think Pac-Man. I don't remember Pac-Man talking in this game. So yeah, you do it like that. For some reason, he's the only one who can't talk. It's like the Crash Bandicoot games. Crash can't talk, but everyone else around Crash can talk. Cortex, Uka Uka, his sister, everybody else can talk but him. Yeah. You do it like that.
Yeah, you could do it similar to the. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Mega Man, that's my pick. Oh yeah, Mega Man movie would be dope. Mega Man can actually be done in live action.
Yeah, you can. You just have to do it right.
Vin Diesel can voice him. Man, Vin Diesel can voice him. First he was an Iron Giant, then he was Groot. He got paid just to say simple things. Randall Park, it's Pac-Man. He had to talk because the audience would get confused. They didn't play game.
Yeah, we can't expect everyone to have played Pac-Man.
If nobody has played Pac-Man or played like a sprite version of it on the internet,
good point.
You had to have played Pac-Man. Even the sprite, you can find the sprite. The Flash games, find the Flash games of it on the internet. You can find a Flash game of Pac-Man right now. Everybody had to have played Pac-Man, even if you're born right now. If you haven't played Pac-Man, tried it. I'm not saying you can get access to it, but oh no. I'm not sure if Xbox or PlayStation remastered it, but on the 360, they had a Pac-Man a remastered Pac-Man that you could play. So people can still get access to it. You might have to get a 360.
The fan base is
PlayStation 2,
and the base is already large. Like if you were an 80s kid, you played that game. Same with the 90s kids. Same with the 2000s kids.
Yeah.
But like maybe anything from 2010 onward, it's more scarce. That's still 30 years of people who are very familiar with the Pac-Man brand.
And hopefully a lot of parents from the 80s kept their Pac-Man games. Like kept the actual joystick, kept the mobile version that you can buy, not the freaking arcade, but the mobile arcade that you can take home. Any last things you guys want to say about Pac-Man before we get to the next topic?
Like we got the most out of that topic.
Shouts out Pac-Man. Shouts out Pac-Man.
The only thing I could say, it's gonna be very interesting because like Pac-Man doesn't really talk, so they have to do like as K-Dot's like he does make that noise when he opens his mouth and eats those stuff. So like
yeah, you can just say Pac-Man in his village of Pac people was born different. And yeah, he's just built different. He's the only one that says waka waka. He can't speak proper English. And that would be funny. Like everybody else speaks English, but he can't speak English. But he's like the destined Pac of all the Packs.
oh no,
He's the super Pac.
no Kirby movie.
He's the worthy Pac.
Yeah, someone suggested a live action Kirby movie.
I can see that. That can actually work. That would be a super cute movie. Kirby doesn't talk.
Yeah,
But like I said, Wall-E is the prime example of how you can do a Kirby movie.
Sure.
Kirby had a television show on for kids, and it was a success.
Oh yeah, it was.
And in that show, Kirby just like Kirby did it for Wall-E in the TV show. Kirby didn't talk. He just made those weird sounds, like his little squeaky noises. And he had a cast of people that talked. Meta Knight, that girl he was with, King DDD. They made it work.
And he swallowed people to turn into things.
Right.
Shaq is Donkey Kong.
Play it like a real kitty, something kitty. Just you don't need to take it serious. Have fun with it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Next. Oh, good, Arkham. What did you about to say?
Did you see on James Gunn's Instagram that he's teasing a Harley Quinn TV show or movie with Margot Robbie?
Did he just post it?
Yeah, it's on his Instagram. He people ask questions, then he answers it.
Oh, well, I didn't see it. I follow him, but he hasn't shown up in my stories yet.
Yeah, like two one questions people asked: Deathstroke and I think Deathstroke and Harley Quinn. And
I saw people asking about the what comics he read. That's the only one I saw.
He read all the comics. What?
That's the only post I saw from him. Was about the
I guess I knew.
the comics.
Yeah, but if that happens, like if we get Harley Quinn series, that's gonna be cool. Like we'll have more like Margot Robbie. Like what kind of stories they're gonna tell with her? Because there's tons of stories that you could tell with Harley Quinn from the comics. So it'll be interesting.
I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, why not? Like you can have two. Like you have an animated Harley Quinn cartoon series. You can have a live action one.
Oh no, I said I'll be fine with it. I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I just want to see Harley Quinn wearing sexy clothes. That's all I want to wear. I wear a C. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I just exposed myself for wanting to cosplay like Harley Quinn. Well, we have a topic for you guys. A very interesting topic. Giancarlo Esposito, Gus Fring, Stan Edgar. Who else did he play?
Moff Gideon.
Played Moff Gideon. Played a guy in Maze Runner. He played many things. Giancarlo Esposito has went to Marvel Studios, met with them about a character, and he recommended that he should be Professor X. Well, he brought up Professor X. He said he brought it up. He didn't say Kevin Feige, said, hey, you should play Professor X. He personally brought up Professor X. So more than likely, we have our Professor X casting.
Probably.
It can change.
Wasn't he also in the Far Cry games? Then he was like in.
Yeah, he was in Far Cry 6.
And he was also in Mandalorian and stuff like that.
Yes.
Hayton Nate said it's 100% yes. Nah, it's not 100% yes to me. If I hear Giancarlo Esposito, I look at the guy, I look at what he looks like, and I say, "Huh, okay, cool. And I know he's a talented actor. He could bring a lot of popularity to a lesser-known, unpopular character who isn't Professor X, but who looks like him. Use your strengths, use your visual freaking appearance to its advantage, to its benefit. Cast this guy in a Marvel role of a character who looks like him, and then that character will be more popular. You do it to Professor X, then what does it matter? Like, what did you really elevate when we're talking about representation and the state that we're in? Professor X got here because the last 60 years, he's been integral to every X-Men comic. And
yeah, he's been pretty established. Like, anybody who plays Professor X is going to get a boost.
I could see him as Magneto. Like, he could play Magneto.
Same thing with Magneto. What good are you doing? If your goal, Arkham, is to have a diverse cast and to make a change in the world, because our superhero movies have been leaning. Well, I see your eyes, Kendall. I know. Like, another actor can bring that to another character as well. I want you to elaborate on that, because I feel like if Giancarlo takes the Magneto role, then what happens is the Latino checkbox is checked, and there's not going to be a desire to have like Sunspot or Magma or like one of the other Latinos I can't think of right now, but someone else from that area of the world be represented, because they're like, oh, we already did it. We hired Giancarlo Esposito. Let's just work on China. Let's get Jubilee in here. Like, or they'll just think about other places. And I know that it's wrong to do that, but I'm just telling you that they do that. They do have this little attendance checkbox of, oh, we're already representing black. We represented white. Let's represent Latino next, and let's represent Asian. Let's go to the Middle East. Let's get dust up in here. I know that's how they think. And if you're burning one of your on Magnetos, then you're not going to probably get Sunspot. And if you do, you'll just get him there so he has someone to speak Spanish with.
I think Giancarlo was like,
oh, he's not Latino? My mistake. I thought he was.
Nah, he's still Latino too, but he definitely like black. Let me see.
Giancarlo Esposito. If that's not Latino, then I don't know what it is. My bad.
Well, let me see. I'm looking at his backstory.
I mean, okay, let's say he's black. Sorry, big bro. Let's all right, but still, he's like, pretend I used everything I just said. Pretend I said black instead of Latino. Same concept. Like, if you're already checking the box of black, then what are the chances we get Gentle or Tempo or Sync or Darwin?
Okay, so he's a son of a Italian stagehand and carpenter from Naples, an African-American opera nightclub singer from Alabama. So he's black, he's Italian.
I stand corrected. I apologize. Now I know better.
I mean, let me see if there's some like Hispanic in there. His name could be Italian. It does
Italian,
sound
yeah.
Giancarlo
It's Italian.
No, well let me get you his full name, because this name is, oh my gosh, I can see why they just call him Giancarlo Esposito and put in private chat.
Oh,
That
there's
is
more?
his full name right here. Giancarlo Giuseppe Alessandro Esposito. Here for the chat so they can see this.
It's Italian.
Oh, that's a very long name.
Okay, my mistake. All right, Italian, but he's also dark skinned. Let's just go with his skin color is dark, right? No one's gonna fight me on that one, right? So like, if we have a whole bunch of characters who've got dark skin, or one character who's got dark skin, then that checks that box. We're probably gonna get Storm, because she's just, you don't do the X-Men without Storm. But then there's gonna be really no desire to elevate another character who has dark skin in the X-Men, because Giancarlo Esposito and Storm, check.
Yeah, look, personally for me, this is me personally, right? You guys know how I feel about these, right? I don't defend or condone any skin color swaps. I don't. None of them, right? But if they happen, I don't fight them. I don't say take away this role from this person. It is what it is. I'm just letting y'all know. I don't ask for the shit. For example, the Black Ariel thing, right? I wasn't down with it. Hey, we got a Black Ariel. It is what it is. Personally, for me, I would love for him to play another character that looks like him, that he can bring to life into live action.
Yeah.
Personally, me. Because there's tons of characters that need to get used, but these studios don't want to give these people these roles, or they can elevate a character that needs to be elevated. For example, right? Icon, DC character, Milestone Comics character. He's basically kind of like a black Superman, right?
Yeah.
In Hollywood, they would go like, fine, let's just cast a black dude as Clark Kent. What the fuck? Casting this fucking Icon. Bring Icon to the big screen. He's already a black Superman. Let this black man elevate this black character so he can finally get noticed and people can start checking him out.
But yeah, the way that Superman got to Superman is because 80 years he's been in our movies, he's been in comics, he's been on our TV shows, he's got his own theme that we recognize, he's been on cereal box commercials, and every Superman got there by this. So do the same with Icon. Unless like you're not fixing any problems by just doing a little race swap here for a couple of movies. Maybe the movie gets a sequel, maybe it's a trilogy, but then there's nothing that's attaching you to Superman. Superman's not gonna be good.
When they do it, and you brought it up like a while back, they don't make it consistent all across the board. They don't do it in the comics. For example, Aquaman is a Pacific Islander in the movies. Not saying Jason Momoa is a bad Aquaman. He don't look like Aquaman. I'm not saying he's a bad Aquaman, but he's still white in the comics, whatever video games he's gonna be in, TV shows, whatever.
And the next time they cast Aquaman in the DC new universe, it's not going to be a Polynesian actor again. It's going to be
if they don't bring back Jason, I guarantee you they might cast a white dude. I won't have an issue with it, but I guarantee you they finna cast a white dude. They always go back to form with this shit. But like I said, I don't want these people to not do these roles. I'm not saying they can't. I would prefer they give these actors characters that look like them. Start bringing your other characters to life that these studios and these people working at these places and even the audience complain about do not get noticed enough. And then they try to deflect like, oh no, well, nobody's not going to give them a chance. Then give them a chance. You saying we not giving them a chance is because you're not giving them a chance. You're not putting them out there. You're not giving them to us. Not saying you need to force it on us, but you gotta put it out there. Comic books had to be put out there. A lot of people probably thought comic books were corny, but hey, people was reading them. They was reading them. They had some corny writing. People was reading them and checking them out. Oh gosh, who's that?
This is who Hates and Nate just suggested. She's a wrestler named Jade Cargill.
Oh,
she can be
gosh.
Storm.
Yes, we already cast our Storm. Nobody else but her.
She can't act though.
She doesn't need to act. She looks perfect. She can just stand there.
Just stand there
and look hot. That's my Storm. Yeah, we cast a Storm. That's Storm right there. Oh, but I've seen her before. I've seen her with her short hair. I haven't seen her with her long hair like that. She looks better with short hair though. But Storm has long hair, so
she's always changing. Depends who the artist is.
Yeah.
Every now and again, they'll give her
that weird mohawk thing that she got.
Yeah, they'll give her the mohawk, and they'll actually like shave the sides, and then a month later, the next comic book issue, it's back to regular hair. Like, well, your hair does not grow that quickly. Come on.
Hey,
maybe
melanin, melanin magic.
Yeah, she has powers. Maybe she could grow her hair back.
It's part of nature. Yeah.
A lot of people don't have a problem with Jason Momoa being Aquaman. He looks nothing like Aquaman. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I'm not mad at it. I don't stay butthurt about it. I don't agree with it, but I don't stay butthurt about it. Honestly, personally, if I were to cast Jason Momoa, if DC had their shit together more, I would have cast him as Lobo. And put him in a Superman movie. Jason Momoa as Lobo versus Superman. Fucking epic. And Jason Momoa is perfect Lobo. Jason Momoa is perfect Lobo. I'm not saying it's because of his features, like his skin. It's literally because of his look, the way he acts, the way he talks, the way he walks. He would have been a better Lobo.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he has to be Lobo just for a Superman movie. You can do a Lobo miniseries where Lobo's a bounty hunter in live action, going across the cosmos, catching all types of bounties.
Yeah, like I can see it.
But he's playing a badass fucking villain, Lobo.
Yeah, like I could see that. Like if they bring Jason Momoa back, like I could see him as Lobo. Like I don't mind him as Aquaman, but certain
I don't mind him as Aquaman. I don't.
But certain writing choices, like Aquaman throwing a freaking beer bottle in the freaking ocean, is like what?
Very edgy.
Yeah, it's like very like.
And isn't that
Aquaman would never do that.
That's littering, man. He's killing his own people.
For real.
Kendall said, "Couldn't you say they are doing that by giving Sam, Rhodey, Wakanda, Riri, and Kamala their shine?"
You mean they're putting black people on screen, but not in prominent positions?
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's my. They're putting black characters. They're bringing black characters live action with black people, right? It's like this, right?
What?
They're black characters. More of these characters are original black characters. And imagine if Marvel Studios said, "Man, let's bring the Falcon to life," and they cast him as some blonde hair white dude or some Asian guy. I mean, sure, they're bringing them to life, but you're not bringing them life accurately. I'm not saying they aren't. They are bringing them life accurately. So Kendall does have a point. They are bringing them to life with Sam, Rhodey, Wakanda, Riri, and Kamala, original black characters. Well, Kamala's not black. She's Middle Eastern. I got confused. I'm talking about the black one. She's Middle Eastern.
Nah, she's not Middle Eastern. Like that India region, Pakistan, is called Desi, Desi.
Oh, so she's Desi.
There's a word for it, yeah. But Middle Eastern is like a little bit more north of that part of the world.
Okay. Yeah, like I say, they're giving Sam, Rhodey, Wakanda, Riri, they're giving them their representation. This is my only thing. It was with the MCU now with the black characters. I only like one black character. Hopefully, I like Mahershala Ali as Blade, and he can take over for, because they ain't gonna recast him. Take over for, fill the void I have for T'Challa with him or something. Because look, I'll be honest with you, I like Sam and Rhodey. They fine. They don't empower me like T'Challa empowered me. They don't speak to me like T'Challa speak to me, right? They fine. They're fine. They okay. But they not T'Challa. And if Mahershala Ali Blade is a hit and he's dope, there ain't gonna be no Blade. Like, I don't hate Sam. I don't hate Rhodey. I don't know nothing about Riri yet. She looked good. I like her armor suit. Wakanda looks beautiful. Like, T'Challa's a black character I'm most invested in. Rhodey is a government lapdog to me. Sam, he's cool. He's all right. He's loyal. I respect that. He's loyal. He's carrying on Steve's legacy. I rather prefer he be called Falcon and represent his name and embrace his identity, his own identity. But they aight, but they not T'Challa. They're not. It's not because they're not kings. I'm keep it real. They're not badass like T'Challa. I'm sorry, I have to say they're not badass like T'Challa. I'm sorry, they're not. T'Challa's up here.
It's pretty badass.
T'Challa's up here, and they are under T'Challa.
Yeah.
Fun fact: this was the cover of issue 5 of Invincible Iron Man, and the actress who plays Kamala Khan said this is the first time she saw her character, because it was on the cover of issue number 5. That
Iman Vellani.
Yeah, that's her name, Iman Vellani. That's the first time she ever saw Kamala Khan. And back to Kendall. None of that. No matter. She's cool. I want Dominique Thorne to reach her level, but I don't think he can ever. That level of nerddom and just like fan favoritism, you're not going to pass Iman.
Right, and it's not that I won't like these people. Like, I like Sam. I like Rhodey to an extent. I may like Riri, but I don't love them. I don't adore these characters like that. There's only a few MC characters I adore, and it's not because I don't like the MCU. It's just that there's only a few I'm attached to, like Steve Rogers, Captain America. Huge attachment to that. I love that character. I'll die for that character. I'm a fanboy for that fucking character. I love Steve Rogers. He's the GOAT, man. He's the fucking GOAT. It's T'Challa, and that's the same way I feel about Steve Rogers. The same way I feel about T'Challa. I love this fucking character. He's badass. He has his own fucking kingdom. He's a king of his own country. When the Avengers needed help, they ran to him. He said, "T'Challa, Thanos is coming. Help us! Help! Help! Help!" Yes.
Yeah, like I understand. Like people have like
my peasants. That's how T'Challa was in Infinity War.
Oh yeah.
He said, "Yes, Captain America, come into my home and I'll protect you because you guys can't do shit without me." Thank you. That's how T'Challa was, but he did it in a nice way.
I think that all of that casting stuff, Kendall, no matter how many good showings that they're doing, I don't think that it disproves what I believe, that if Giancarlo Esposito takes a spot as a dark-skinned character, then it means less likely that we'll get Sync or we'll be introduced to Monet or Prodigy or like the countless other Black mutants who are next up, who probably could use the shine, which is what I want. And then in 30 years, we'll be in the same place that we were now, where the same amount of Black characters are at the same level of popularity, which is not what I want. I want elevation for all around. And yeah, I do want it in the top 5, which is why it's important to recast T'Challa, because he could get there. But also, it'd be nice to get it in like the top 40 superheroes if we had some more dark-skinned X-Men in there.
Right, because that's why I say the characters won't get nowhere if we don't use them or put them out there and try to put them somewhere. Like I said, the world was different back then. But let's say if the creators of Superman just gave up on issue 5 of creating Superman, Superman wouldn't be as popular as Superman is today. If they gave up at like issue 2 and said, "Oh, we're done," Superman wouldn't be nothing. He'd just be like, "Oh, they made a combat of Superman," and he would be in the history books. He'd be the first comic book, but he wouldn't be an icon.
Yeah.
He became an icon because he kept going and going and going and going over 70 years of content, whether it be movies, live action. Not saying just the 2 creators of Superman did all that, but them continuing to make stories and then people add on to it later.
Yeah.
And now look where he's at. That's why I want that for Black Panther. I want that for Blue Marvel. I want that for the milestone comic characters, Static Shock. I want that for all these characters. Asian characters too, Shang-Chi. All these characters. Because people nowadays want the short. They're not patient. They don't realize that it's going to take you 30 years. It's going to take you 20 years. It might take you 50 years to elevate this person. This stuff doesn't get popular overnight.
Are you saying
it take a long time? Is are you willing to take that time, or do you want to rush it and do the cheap means of elevating when we can elevate our own shit and bring it up instead of having to hop on this, borrow this, do our own thing?
People don't have patience anymore. That's why.
I'm mad at fans who celebrate it. Well, I'm mad. Mad is a strong word. I'm annoyed when they celebrate it, when they go, "Oh, this would be great. Hey, there's nothing in Professor X's character that's tied to his race, so that's why." No, if the color artist drew him that way, then it's linked. You're adapting a comic book character.
Everybody's skin in this world is tied to him. Like, if you're white, you're gonna have
the experiences of a white man, and that's okay.
White man, people are gonna say some racist shit to you. You got white privilege and stuff. If you're a Black man, someone's probably gonna be racist to you and call you something racist, a spear chucker or something super duper freaking racist. You
got that from Boondocks,
and Anzo said it too.
Did he get that from Boondocks, or did they really say that in Montreal?
Anzo met somebody that said that to him.
Oh yeah, I remember.
He said he went to the convenience store. So I said, "Yeah, that's wild. No one ever called me a spear chucker." That's kind of fucked up. It's kind of funny, but it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. But like I say, everyone's skin in this world where we're in is integral to all of us. Whether you get negative reactions to it or positive. it's everyone's.
It bonds you. It binds you.
That's why with the argument of is the skin color integral to the character, I say this. I mean, because I see people use it for the white characters, right? And I understand, but it's like I apply that to every character. I think every character, if we got to keep the same energy. Every character could be interchanged, and someone else can play it. I'm realistic though. I don't think nobody else besides a black person can play Black Panther. But I'm not going to say that nobody can't be Black Panther. I'm gonna tell you, only a black person should be playing Black Panther.
Yeah.
I may not agree with you casting an Asian person as a Black Panther. Go ahead and try it. Can you make it work? I don't fucking know.
They got some dark-skinned Filipinos.
I'm not going to endorse it, but I have to keep the same energy because we live in the acting world. You know, we should live. This is how it should be. Anybody should get to play anything. A tree. I remember when Scarlett Johansson wanted to try and play a transgender person, right? And everyone got mad because she wanted to play a transgender person. But I'm like, it's acting. If she's playing a man transitioning to a woman and she's a woman, shouldn't she be able to play this person?
Here's the thing.
But everybody was giving her backlash for playing it, and it's like it's acting. I understand. This is the only time I think where you have to be accurate with your acting. If you're playing real life people, like you have to be exactly accurate. If you're playing Marilyn Monroe, you should get a white woman to play Marilyn Monroe. If you're playing Martin Luther King, you should get a black person to play Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But see, this is the crazy thing because now we're stepping into crazy town. The person they casted to play Marilyn Monroe in the upcoming documentary or autobiography she's in, they casted a Cuban Hispanic person.
Is the skin color light enough though?
I mean, skin color is light enough, but Marilyn Monroe isn't Cuban; she's white. She was born in Los Angeles. She's a white lady born in Los Angeles. Yeah. They casted Ana de Armas to play her. And then they recently casted James Franco to play Fidel Castro. And isn't Fidel Castro Cuban? Sure, they look alike. James Franco does look like Fidel Castro, but
you see, for me, it's much easier to just get on skin color because you might be Indian but look like you're from Mexico. Like there are gonna be some sort of different parts of the world, but they match. So I'm just like, I think sticking to skin color is where I can be in my safe space. So Ana de Armas, I think she could pull it off.
Yeah, I'm not saying she can't pull it off. That's just since she's playing a real life person, you should cast.
She speaks with an accent though. Could she do the voice?
Probably.
Probably by now.
I think she can manipulate it to where she doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the European actors do it, and we think they are American. Idris Elba. That's why doing both is important. It takes time to do that, build them up. So let us have our cake and eat it too.
You did not convince me that doing both is important. I actually only told you what. No, Kendall, this is hard to do over the internet. Like if you were here and I was talking,
personally, I prefer doing one over the over, elevating what we got because, and I'm not just talking about for black people. I'm talking about Asian people do it. Natives got to start doing it, but they don't really get the opportunity to do it. White people, even though they have done what they have done in history, they have successfully some of them took away some stuff. Right? Some of them took away some cultures and hid it away from people. But they know how to elevate their own shit. Asian people know how to elevate their own stuff. I mean, I can go to a restaurant. There'll be a whole Asian family working there, working together, getting their business off the ground, their dream business off the ground. You have the kids in the freaking kitchen washing dishes. The mom is, cooking. The dad is at the register, or it can be interchanged. I don't care. But they put in the effort to elevate their own stuff, right? And as black people, the one thing we struggle with is coming together to elevate our own shit and push it up there. Now, might be some people that want to make a black business, but then some stuff may come up like, trust issues, jealousy, pocket watching, just a whole bunch of stuff. We're not as united compared to other people as we should be. Like doing this type of stuff.
Do
There's
Asians? Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
But Asians don't. They have this advantage, or rather, there's a disadvantage that's missing.
Yeah. And mind you, there is those advantages, disadvantages. We have disadvantages that keep us from elevating too. I'm not taking those out. I'm just speaking generally from what I noticed in my experience of seeing, being around black people. I'm not saying all black people, guys. I'm not saying all black people. I'm saying the ones I've seen and been around, and generally just looking at things, just business. Let's look at NWA, for example. They broke up over some petty shit. Money.
No, they're still going. I think
Not NWA.
what's his name? Nick Aldis is their champion right now.
I mean, I'm saying as a group, like they have separated.
Nate got that reference. There's a little under reference that you missed, but it's cool.
Oh, am I too young for the reference?
Yeah, there was a wrestling promotion called the National Wrestling Alliance, and I'm like, so I was like, oh, it's still going on, and they have a champion right now. Yeah, I know the NWA you were talking about is what Ice Cube, Dr. Dre.
And I'll just use more examples. Recently, the Migos broke up, and they're literally related to each other. They're family. 3 black men. They've been doing good for a while, making music and putting themselves out there. I don't know why they broke up. They never revealed why they broke up, but I bet you it was over some petty ass shit. Over some real petty stuff when they could have talked it out, set aside their differences, and say, we gotta look at the bigger picture. We got a dream. Let's make it happen.
I think this helps though. If Quavo and Offset, who's the other one? Metro
Quavo,
Boom?
Offset, and Takeoff.
Well, if all those 3 guys do their own album, make a little noise, they can always reunite.
Oh, they did.
They're not gonna.
They did. They made their own solo albums.
See, and then they'll be back like Destiny's Child did. It's not like Destiny's Child aren't friends anymore. When Beyonce had the Super Bowl, she invited her girls back.
Well, look what happened to Destiny's Child. Well, that was more some fuckery from Beyonce's parents that broke that up. Beyonce's parents was instrumental in that breakup because they wanted Beyonce to go off on their own. But like, just imagine if those 3 together worked together and elevated. Like, imagine they still do their solo stuff, but imagine both of them stuck together. And look where they could have been at today. Right? Look where they could have been at. I'm not saying just black groups broke up, but I just noticed a lot of, black people in the community, like, we don't be as united as we should be. Like, we don't. We get into it over petty stuff, not trusting one another. It's fucked up. And I want us to actually come together and stop just giving up on a dream and make the dream happen. Stop giving up. We give up too easy on a dream. Not saying all of us, but from the fair share I see, we give up too easily on a dream. And I think we gotta keep going for it. I mean, work with people who you want to work with, like just don't work with anybody, but work with people that line up with your interests, and you guys make something happen. Don't just work with anybody who's black and you're black. I'm not saying just work with anybody, but work with somebody you see that has the same values as you, and you guys think you can go places. Go ahead and go places. Don't settle for less. Go for it. Inspirational speech of the day, y'all.
Right. Yeah. Round of applause.
Nah, but that's just that's just me sharing my opinion, guys. K-Dots, if Glenn Powell, Hangman, and Top Gun Maverick is cast as Cyclops, it might be the best comic book castings in history. Let me see who Glenn Powell is. Wasn't that the guy who played Professor X and Fantastic? I mean, not Professor X. Mr. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, I just said Professor X.
Yeah. The last time we got someone from from Fantastic Four was Michael B. Jordan. He killed it.
Ooh,
and Chris Evans. He was the Human Torch.
Yeah, he was the Human Torch. And
yeah, this guy's kind of old for Cyclops.
How
I
old
think
is
that's
Cyclops
cool.
supposed to be?
I mean, don't we want them young, the X-Men?
Could
Like
he
not
age
too
10
young,
years
but
though?
like he's 33.
33 is perfectly fine because like he's gonna be fighting a lot of the Avengers. I imagine they're gonna do Avengers versus X-Men movie. So yeah, 33 right now.
I mean,
That's cool.
what age do you prefer? Because they got to start in the school first. Or do you want the X-Men to come as like a lot older, but they're still associated with the school?
I don't know the answer to that question because I don't want either. I'm just kind of open to however they're introduced. Yeah, either or.
Here's my thing. If after the snap,
You got a Cyclops figure.
because like I know this is rumor and stuff like that, but supposedly after like everything's fixed after Endgame, supposedly the X-Men are older and the Fantastic Four are younger. I know that's a rumor that's going around with the MCU. Like, I wouldn't mind.
Well, with the way they're talking about the Fantastic Four movie, that there won't be an origin, it seems like they're going to be older and established. Like, they're already going to have their powers, but they're just going to show flashbacks of what the Fantastic Four did and how they got the powers, like, quick. Like, Kevin Feige said he doesn't want to do an origin. So the way it seems like he's setting it up is like many people theories where they're just going to introduce them as they are. Yeah. I think they should. Personally, for me, I think it's a mistake to not do their origin because, yes, we had 2 movies that did their origin. Yes, we had one movie that underperformed, fan forced it, and the one in 2005, which people like a lot more. It still has its issues, and people like the 2005 one a lot more. No one knows the Fantastic Four's origin unless you read the comics. People know the members' names, they know their powers, and they know their members' powers, and they know that Doctor Doom is their villain and Galactus.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Like, no matter if it's Marvel or DC, I think we get too many origins of characters that we already know.
But the Fantastic Four, we know the origin, but the general audience, those characters that people.
But we did get the movies that had the origins. So, but
those movies underperform, and not everybody's seen them like that.
It's not just the movies. They also had that theme song for their cartoon, which explained their origins. If I pull it up, would you mind playing it, or are you worried about like copyright stuff?
I doubt they'll copyright it. Go ahead, play it. I highly doubt this will be copyrighted anyways. I don't care if it does. I highly doubt it.
They explain the whole thing here. They better play this song too, like they did for the X-Men.
I've skipped on this cartoon. I like the Silver Surfer one better. It's the most fantastic way. No need to fear, they're here. Just on the floor. Fantastic Four. Don't need no more. Riches is elastic. Soon can take from side. Johnny is the human toy.
Flame on.
The thing just loves to fight. Roll for more. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four.
The thing just loves to fight. They gave you the whole rundown there, and that played every single week on TV. A lot of people know their origin.
But that's the thing. Yeah. I would go back and look at that. How many people would know that? How many people know that cartoon exists?
Nate knows that.
I know people know the 90s Spider-Man cartoon exists, the Silver Surfer show, the Hulk show, the X-Men show. Not a lot of people, like, I didn't know for a while there was a Fantastic Four cartoon. I only found that out recently. I didn't know there was a Fantastic Four live action movie before the 2005 Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, the story behind that is it was sort of like with Batgirl. It was pulled and it was never released.
Yeah. But and people found some like footage of it. But they had that, it never came out. That footage is out there. And I didn't even know that existed. I think people know the Hulk 90s, the Bixby Hulk show. I think they know that exists. I could be putting too much faith in humanity, but I think people know about the live action Hulk show. Especially from memes and stuff.
Like
I just personally think they should do a origin, not like a super deep one. Do like how Zack Snyder did BVS. You know, he did a quick 5-minute sum up of Batman's origin, the pearls, and boom, the movie starts. You gotta show
it's not that simple. It's not that simple as Batman's origin.
I mean, yeah, they just fly into space and get hit by cosmic rays and fall back to Earth. You got to show it. I mean, music. Oh, it's good. I can hear you.
Well, it's not music; it's actually like noise outside. So I thought I should
I
have
don't
myself
hear.
muted. But yeah, man, it's maybe they could do little flashbacks. What do you call a montage flashback?
Yeah,
On
they
an
could
outer
do
space
like
adventure. We were hit by cosmic rays. Then our form changed forever in the most fantastic way. If they quoted even, that would be a little Easter egg for everybody. Johnny would.
Yeah, just open up the movie, Mr. Fantastic narrating.
yeah,
First
you could just do a
first.
flashback, like a flashback of their origins and everything like that. Like maybe just do that like in the beginning of the movie, like do like a tiny snippet of their origins, then start the movie. Like you could do that. Like I don't know how they're gonna do it. That's just ideas of what I probably think they're gonna do, but I'm not sure how they're gonna do it. They could just have them like when you have like characters, like think of like their origins and stuff like that, like how they became and stuff like that, and you see flashbacks and stuff like that of the characters. Like they could do that within the middle of the movie. I don't know. Like, but I'm excited no matter what, because like it's just, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm just so sick of origin movies. Like I feel like sometimes we get a little too many origin movies. Like I just want like already established characters. Like just do that.
Well, this is what not recently, but definitely for newer characters that again didn't get adapted. But I think every couple decades, you gotta reintroduce the origin of the character, whether it be comics or movies. Like, yes, people know Superman's origin, right? But
No, please no. I don't want another one.
I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying do another one in like the next movie got to be an origin movie. It can be kind of established, like the Batman, but in the like next decade they got to introduce another Superman origin in a way to remind people of something, like whether it be through a comic. You got to remind people, because people will start to make up their own narratives of what the origins are.
Young people will.
Yeah, and what it should be. And
like I don't mind origins with newer characters. That's fine. But like,
yeah,
I think a lot of people are sick of origins now, because we got so many origins of the same characters. They don't want them anymore. Like, it's kind of the truth. Like, we got so many origins of Batman and Superman, and I think people are steamed out of like the origins. They just don't want origins anymore. Like you got too many of the same origins too many times that you have the audience that don't want origins at all.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Like,
and like I said, I don't disagree. I don't think you need too many, but you got to keep reminding people about these heroes. They need a reminder. Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman. People know the origin. You should know the origin. Superman fell from another planet. He's living in Kansas now. Batman parents got shot, led him down the path where he became the Batman. Spider-Man got bit by a spider because of death of his Uncle Ben. Well, if he got bit by a spider and the death of his Uncle Ben inspired him to be a hero. Boom. Yeah. People should know these origins of those knows. Three. If you don't know Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man origin in this day and age right now,
you've been living in a cave.
Yeah, whether you read a comic or not, you should know. You should, do your research or talk to a friend, ask a friend, what's their origin?
Yeah, it's just as well known as Riri Williams, 15 years old. When Iron Man died, she started making her own suit because she's like, look, I think this is my calling. Everyone knows that. She made her suit.
I do think if they're going to do origins, they'll probably just focus on flashbacks. I think they could just do flashbacks. Like, you don't have to do, like, I think people are sick of like you have a whole movie dedicated of origin.
Oh yeah, no one here is advocating for the whole movie of origins, but I think it's worth telling at a certain point in time. Like if there's no Justice League or Superman cartoon
Yeah.
to educate these kids, and this is the only way they'll know. I mean, aside from reading old comic books, but like that doesn't happen. But if the only way they'll know it is if they go to the movies, then maybe spend 5 minutes on it.
Yeah, just a flashbacks. You could do flashbacks or something like that. Like,
or
I
even
think,
sometime early in the movie, he's just talking to someone. Well,
Yeah.
What's your story? Oh, well, when I was younger, this, and the sun powers me, and now I'm Kal-El, aka Superman.
Yeah, you could do that. Like, I think like that's fine. Like you could be talking to someone. You can like do flashbacks no matter what. I think people don't want a whole movie dedicated to origin. Like that's like out of the cards now. Like people don't want like you have too many of those.
And personally, I'll be honest, I'm not a Fantastic Four fan anyways. I'm not a fan of Stretch Man. I'm not a fan of Rockman. I'm not a fan of Invisa Chick. Human Torch is tight though. Human Torch is tight. I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan. I think they're boring.
That's fine.
think they look mid. I'm going to check them out, but I think they're just a mid team. The Fantastic Four was the last team in Marvel that I cared about. It's X-Men, Avengers,
Eternals.
How about we make a bet? When that movie comes out, I bet you that you're gonna change your mind.
Yeah.
No, I already know I'm gonna like Human Torch. I don't care about.
No, I know you're gonna change your mind, like in the Fantastic Four. When that movie comes out, you're gonna go on live stream and say something very positive about the Fantastic Four.
I mean, it's an MCU movie. There's no guarantee I'm gonna like it. I'm probably gonna be a little bit more skeptical about it,
Keep buffing.
or my mind might change about it later. You guys know me, and I don't F these MCU movies. It can be a true origin film because Reed Rich has to be instantly elevated for Secret Wars. Agreed. Because if they're introducing Doctor Doom, right, in Black Panther 2, it's supposedly if they're introducing him, yeah, Reed has to be. Because you already have Doctor Doom here. We don't know what stages Doctor Doom is in. Seems like he's going to be a MCU-born Doctor Doom. And by that logic, by this case, there has to be an MCU Fantastic Four all ready to go. Now, the theories I'm hearing is that they was flashbacked in the time and stuff, or stuck in some weird space thingy, or the negative zone or something. Whatever.
Quantum realm?
Or maybe the quantum realm. Who knows?
Maybe both.
Then it makes sense for if they have an MCU Doctor Doom and not doing a multiverse Doctor Doom, bringing in through the multiverse, then it makes sense. Kimani says, it's not like Batman, they show all the backstory. People then get mad about it like Spider-Man.
Change back.
I want to see what it tags.
They don't change the back. Like they barely change the backstory of Batman. It's basically the same thing. Like, the Jojo kills the parents, and after the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne, he goes on to the dark path of becoming Batman. Like, they don't really change the origins. The same origin. It's just the same origin over and over. It's not like they're not. If they like change the origin with him not being shot in the alley and stuff, his parents being shot in the alley and stuff like that, then that would be an issue. Like, you don't change the origin like that. But I don't see them changing the origin with Batman. Like, did they ever change the origin with movies? I don't see it.
Not really. I mean, in Batman 89, it was Joker who killed Batman. Yeah, Joker was the reason Batman parents died, and they made it Joker more integral, like a deeper connection than Batman 89.
But that's the only controversial one. Like, that's the only controversial one that like people didn't agree with. I know.
I mean, but that's one of those changes I would probably be okay with.
Yeah.
If Joker, was the one who offed his parents, and Batman years later is fighting this person that killed his parents, and he can't bring himself to kill this person because of his code.
I know the screenwriter that worked for Tim Burton did not like the idea. Said there were gonna be backlash, and to this day, people still don't like the idea. Like, I understand. I
actually don't hear that much people have
But I do understand why people don't like it. Is like
yeah, I understand why people don't like it.
Because like Joe Chill, if you think about it, Joe Chill created Batman while killing Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Yeah,
it's his own doing. If you do Joker, that's destroying like how his origins represented, and it's like it goes against like what kind of what Batman does. He doesn't want to destroy life. Like Batman does not want to destroy life. He wants to because like you see Batman kill like the Joker, and like not a lot of people liked it. I didn't like it. I still like the movie, but like the representation towards the origin and the Batman character in those movies is, I feel like, not very well done, because Batman does not want to kill Joker. He wants to cure him. He wants to cure these like villains. Like it was never Batman's philosophy to kill his villains. He wants to rehabilitate them. If you say rehabilitate them, and whoever says Batman wants to kill is totally wrong. Like,
well, before I get to the next topic, think about it like this, right? This is why I say, if you ever did an origin where, for example, the Joker movie did it. Well, it wasn't Joker who killed it. It was someone who Joker inspired through the riots that he created too. He didn't inspire the person to go kill Thomas, but someone in the riots Joker created killed Thomas Wayne. A random thug, random civilian, random. Think about it like this. Let's say if Joker did shoot his parents, right? And years later, Batman doesn't really know it was Joker at the time. But he doesn't know, right? And he's fighting Joker. He's been dealing with this dude, and he does not know this person he's been dealing with is a person who was killed his parents. This person who wants Batman to be alive just as much as him, so they can have this eternal battle, this back and forth, because they've realized, well, Joker needs Batman. He wants Batman. He loves doing this shit to Batman. He loves the drive, the fight. Yeah. It makes him go crazy.
Yeah, like
honestly, I think it makes him.
Joker is nothing without Batman. Like,
I'm just speaking the truth. I think Joker gets sexually aroused by that shit. I don't know. He probably does. He's a freak.
I know, like in the comics, in the recent run called Joker and stuff like that, Joker is like a mix of everything. Like he even in the comics ate people and stuff like that. He's cannibalism and stuff like that.
I mean, wasn't that in the comic run when he took his face off and stitched it back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was that's when he was a cannibal, right?
Joker is like this is like the good thing I would say about Joker is he's very unexpected. You don't know what he's gonna do next. Like you don't know what he's gonna do next. Like I read a recent comic. I saw him eat a guy's face off. Like so you learn something new every day.
Marvel Comics for the win. The next topic?
That got you speechless.
No, I'm looking at something. All right, you guys. Next topic, last topic, because I do got to go somewhere after this. Today's going to be a very busy day.
I have to go work now. I'll talk to you later, K-Dots. See you, Chill.
Peace, Arkham. Me and Chillmonger are going to close up this stream, guys, with this last topic.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, wrong hand. Who the hell did you just clap?
I slapped my knee.
Oh, I was about to say, what the hell? Is some? Oh my gosh, this dude's trying to scare me. Well, some good news. Strategic, smart, but there's an issue with this news. Sonic 3 drops on December 20th, 2024. Yeah. Kind of quick, kind of soon. They got a year. The latest we seen was at their storyboarding. So they're, getting on the whiteboard, storyboarding, planning it out, drawing the little cubes where you put your draw the scenes in. Yeah. They're storyboarding right now, coming up with the script, all that. The movie's dropping on December 20th, 2024. Now that's the adventure of Sonic Adventure 2. That says a lot. I think this game will be very much based around Sonic Adventure 2, with a little mix of Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Adventure 2. But this is the problem. Avatar 3 will be releasing very close to Sonic.
Now, is there a difference though in the audience?
It depends how Avatar 2 is going to go, but if Avatar 2 proves to be super successful and really, I don't know how it's going to do against Shazam. I don't know how Shazam's going to do against it. I don't think Shazam's going to bomb, but I'm not going to say Shazam's going to make as much as Avatar because you have the hype of the first movie, you know, people being so in love with the visuals that they want to go back and see Pandora again and look at that. Sonic is definitely going to be kind of hurt by it, but I think Sonic will still do good enough. It needs to make drastically more than the second movie. While the second movie made more than the first, it wasn't a big drastic jump.
Only 400 million.
Yeah, so it wasn't a huge drastic jump. Yeah, it made slightly more money. It made more than its budget, but it needs to make more. I think this movie can make more. You're gonna have Sonic versus Shadow. You might introduce Amy Rose. Hopefully, Dr. Eggman's come back. Hopefully, Jim Carrey does want to come back for this movie and come back as Eggman. I want them to do the Shadow and Maria storyline, even though it's kind of a very gritty story. Not gritty, but it's very serious. It's not kid friendly to show that.
And that's what you got to be to combat Avatar. You got to be the different kid friendly thing that you want your family. Because the Christmas break, that's a whole week of that's 5 straight days that may as well be weekends that you're gonna have an audience to come see your movie. Yeah, you got to be kiddie, as kiddie as it can get.
And they like I said, got set it up with something action packed, very cool. They kind of wasted their supersonic in the last movie. I honestly think all they should have done was just use that new power they gave Sonic, like in the end of the first movie, where you had like the electricity and stuff, and you look like Thor.
Yeah.
I mean, just needed to give them something like that, or have it just be Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles using their raw strength and skills to take out Eggman's machine. But mind you, they included the Chaos Emerald, the Master Emerald, so it complicated stuff. So you had to do Supersonic, but it's whatever. Just go big or go home. When I say go big, they have in Shadow the Hedgehog, they have this alien invasion arc that happens where Shadow is a figure in it. He's a figurehead in it, and the person who's leading the invasion is, in a sense, his father. So I don't know. They want to go into something real dark and messed up, and whole alien invasion arc. Go 6 movies. You have it last for literally 2 to 3 movies. Sonic 3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, and 5 of alien invasion arcs. But then we'd have to meet new Sonic characters.
Yeah, you introduce them to the arc. You can introduce the Freedom Fighters, and this is when you get Amy and them coming in. It can be like a galactic thing, and they actually get off world and get off of Earth and go to other planets. Because remember, Tails came from another planet. He traveled from another planet, so Amy and all these other characters are going to come from other planets. Or in dimensions, because they have the rings that pop over to different dimensions. And
so they'll live over with the family. What's their names? James Marsden's character and Tika
Tom
something.
and Maddie.
Tom and Maddie. Tom and Maddie. Okay, easy names to remember. With Tom and Maddie, I think we don't need many scenes with them. I remember when Maddie's sister was getting married and people watched that movie and kind of complained that we spent too long on them. I don't know. I just thought it was a continuation of their character arcs from the first movie. Maybe we won't get them that much in the second movie. The third movie, because of the backlash. Here's the thing though. They have a different VFX studio. I remember hearing that the guys who created the digital effects, they don't exist anymore. That studio is gone. Completely.
Because from what I remember from what Sean said, they went bankrupt from doing that redesign for Sonic. That redesign screwed them over.
That's crazy because they should be reaping the benefits of that film success.
Right.
They're not. That's the thing. That's the reality of that. And
But if you look at what the first movie made, there's barely any money to go around. You got 200 million. That's only like 300 something million, and 100 of that has to at least 200 of that has to at least go back to the studio and whatever expenses, and they probably had to come out of pocket to cover whatever expenses they had to, fill in for the rest, like come out of their own pocket again. And I don't think there was barely anything left over for the studio, even though the people who worked on the VFX should have got a lot of that money back. But I don't think it was enough money to go
They
around.
literally made the movie because no one was going to see it if it still looked like the cat Sonic.
Yes.
Ugly Sonic.
But Ugly Sonic got his redemption in the Chip and Dale movie. Did you see it?
No, I saw the clip though.
Dude, Chip and Dale was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, that was a good movie. Joker versus Carnage. Carnage is winning that fight, guys. Hell, Carnage might join with Joker. They wouldn't even fight. They'd be friends.
Jokers would just want to eat his face. That's all.
Yeah. Do you think Carnage would combine with Joker?
Yeah. They're the same type of people. Woody Harrelson? No, Cletus Cassidy? That's a bizarro that Joker inspired in his riot.
Cletus Cassidy, son of the Joker. Dude, the Fantastic Four has 4 movie adaptation. They didn't work, and I'm telling you, bro, it's the characters. They just don't work. Hey, maybe it might just be the characters. But to be fair, that second movie was like an atrocity. They butchered. Silver Surfer was cool. Galactus. They literally butchered him. They didn't even try to like make a giant man stand over a planet.
All you have to do is bring the camera down here and record from his feet up. Green screen in the background.
And can't Galactus like minimize his size too to like walk on the planet? Or is he maybe only just that big?
I always thought he was just that big, but maybe he can minimize.
From what I remember, I think he minimized himself because wasn't in the cartoons and stuff. They was fighting Galactus. Yeah, there was a cartoon where Ghost Rider defeated Galactus. In the Fantastic Four cartoon, Ghost Rider defeated Galactus. I remember it. He showed up, and the Fantastic was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And he was like, I'm Vengeance."
He said, "I'm Vengeance."
Yeah, it was badass. He defeated him too.
Sounds familiar.
But yeah, guys, look, Sonic Adventure 3 is dropping. Oh, go ahead.
Shadow. I don't think that Shadow should have that much speaking lines. You don't gotta hire Idris Elba caliber of an actor to be the Shadow voice.
There was rumors of Jason Momoa, but mind you, it was coming from like sources that was not credible.
Okay.
But I see Jason Momoa's Shadow be pretty cool. Or Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves would be a lot better for Shadow.
Keanu Reeves.
He fits that tone. He fits that character.
I like it. You don't need him, but I like it.
Sonic 3 High 2024 looking like a great year. 2024 is stacked. Are they releasing a Fantastic Four movie that year? I heard the Fantastic Four movie supposed to be dropping that year.
Nah.
No, Phase 5,
you're right. It is
going into 2024, right?
Yeah, it will be.
So Phase 6 is going to be beginning 2024.
I think it is coming in 24.
Damn.
Does that make you satisfied? I know it's not Phase 4, but it's 2024.
It's
fantastic enough.
I guess it's a 4. They should end it on Phase 4 with them, but it's whatever. But yeah, Sonic 3, you guys, I'm excited for it. Hopefully Avatar 3 doesn't swamp it at the box office. Take this story slightly serious, but still be fun. I think you can have a very fun movie, just like James Gunn's Suicide Squad or Guardians, where the majority of it is fun, it's comedy. And you have those dark and serious moments that show up that really tug on our emotions and get our heartstrings going, and you start making us teary-eyed. You need some stuff like that in this movie. Not saying the first two movies didn't have it, but this movie, especially with the character Shadow and his origin, we're really dealing with some very serious stuff, like heavy stuff, adult themes almost.
Now, does the character die?
A character does die that's tied to him, and the person connected to the person that Shadow likes that died, they have a grandfather that's super duper crazy, like freaking crazy, like basically set up a weapon to go off just in case to get revenge on somebody type of crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, some like nuclear stuff is about to happen. I don't know if they're gonna go that far, but they should take it there.
Let's go.
Well, that's all I gotta say about Sonic 3. That's all I gotta say. There's not much I can say. I just hope Avatar 3 does not destroy it. But no matter if it destroys in the box office or not, that doesn't matter. Just make more than your last movie and be a good movie, and you're fine with me. Any last things you want to say on this topic, Chill?
I hope they play the song "Rolling Around at the Speed of Sound."
Oh yeah, and that's why I said I put out a tweet saying they need to put Crush 40 on the soundtrack. The people who did a lot of the Sonic music.
Yeah. Third time's the charm. You gonna play their songs?
Oh no.
Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we will escape from the city. I think Big Bro gets that reference, and I think he'd be the only one in here.
That's a City Escape.
Yeah. Oh no, never mind.
Well, they gotta play it. I mean, it's releasing on the anniversary. Total missed opportunity. But I think they're heavily going to follow, like, not copy, but do their own adaptation of the Sonic Adventure 2 story.
Yeah, they should. And then they got Sonic Heroes to do, which will have the Metal Sonic character, and they'll have more and more and more. Eventually, they'll catch up to this new Sonic Legends. What's the new game called that with Sonic? It looks beautiful.
Sonic Frontiers. And I'll be getting that game too.
A lot of open world happening right now with our cartoon franchises. Like the Stone Ages of Pokemon have finally come to open worlds in November.
Pokemon was already kind of open world. They just didn't have it in a traditional sense. They had it, that 2D format where it's up from bird's eye view. While it was semi-miniature open world and stuff. I think Pokemon always had a sense of open world, especially in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, when you can go to two regions, Kanto and Johto.
Yeah, what a regression. We had two regions in one game. So sad.
Well, because this is the good thing about it, because when they introduced Kanto, I was shocked. I did not think we was going to be able to go back to Kanto. I thought we were just in Johto. And they said you can go back to Kanto and get these gym badges and get these other Pokemon. I was like,
right?
What? Is this DLC? I was like, whoa, did I buy DLC? I was genuinely surprised by it and I liked it. It was cool.
We never looked back since. No, wait. I'm trying to say we never got that good again since. We never looked forward since. Yeah. It is what it is. But Pokemon's open world. Sonic Frontiers looks open world. And if that story is great, then look out for the movie adapting Sonic Frontiers.
It is on the way, guys. Be on lookout. Chillmonger, you want to promote your channel real quick and let the people know what you got coming, where they can find you?
Every Saturday, 33 burning MCU questions. 1 week I'm going to do DC versus MCU questions. I just have to see when Nerdman is available because he's got to be there for that one.
Man, you know Nerdman's going to revel in the destruction when the DC questions are so superior.
We'll see. I'll have to make them, a little bit of DC sided, a little bit of Marvel one sided, but it'll be a fun mix. So this week it'll be MCU, but that's what's happening on my channel. I'll be talking about the Black Panther comic book too when it comes out on Wednesday.
You guys, real quick, watch Chillmonger make one of the questions. What is Ezra Miller's feature in the MCU?
Yeah, right. That's not happening. Nope. I missed that. That was your first topic today, right?
Yeah. Did you want to say something on it real quick?
Yeah, I'll say that we still got to treat it like these are allegations or these are charges. Sure, we can say that they're charges, but it hasn't been proven guilty yet. Just for the sake of like consistency, because I remember when Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, no, what's Hawkeye's name? Yeah, Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner.
His wife, when he was divorcing him, was saying stuff like, "Oh, we had a baby in the house, and he had all these drugs, and the baby could have reached for the drugs." And like, you know, it's similar to this Ezra Miller case where there was a bullet in the baby's mouth. I just, in both cases, we got to be like fair. Not to tell you what to do, Kata, and you know I'm not, but I mean, like,
yeah, I know.
we got.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm waiting until the court and see what the court says.
Yeah, I mean, and I know, looking at it from this Warner Brothers side, there's no way they're going to continue a relationship with Ezra Miller, who's doing all it is news that, you know, is not positive. So we know that's coming.
Flash is rebooting. They can easily just start over to do, because they're doing David Zazav's 10-year plan, and they're rebooting. So once they reboot, they can pick a new Flash and give them a new suit, everything. They can reboot everybody if they're doing a new universe. So
they should.
They can start over from scratch. And you know what? At the end of the day, let's just wait until court. Last time I chose a side, I do with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, I regret picking Megan's side, because at this moment, I just want to wait until court now. But yeah, I'm waiting now, guys. I'm waiting.
Shout out Caleb Richardson for appearing here in the chat with something.
All right, he said, "Okay, I don't play devil's advocate. Ezra Miller broke into his mother's house and took some wine. He had a key. House gets freaked out and called the cops, not knowing the intruder was Ezra." Well, look, this is me personally. I read the story. I'm not mad at the guy. I'll be honest, I really don't care. He just stole some wine. I don't care. I mean, look, if you tell me Ezra ran over somebody with a car, I mean, he already done some messed up stuff already that may be true or may not be true, but he just stole some wine bottles. I mean, it's messed up, but I'll be honest, I don't care. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's a pretty nothing story.
It's just wine bottles. It's like stealing apples. I mean, he just stole some apples. It's wrong, but you know, he just stole some apples from the store. It's fine. I don't agree with it, but I don't care that much. This isn't something I'm going like, Ezra Miller, why? Nah, I don't really care.
Not really.
But just recast him after Flash. That's all. Recast him after the Flash.
And Gal Gadot and Batman and Aquaman. These are dead in the water films. They can't say that because they're trying to make money off of them. But after this 10-year phase is going to start. Maybe the Batman. Maybe Robert Pattinson is going to be safe because his movie really doesn't interact with anybody. He's young.
Oh, he's safe. David Zaslav said like this movie. So he might be the springboard. His universe might be the springboard for something new.
Right. The Justice verse. The Vengeance verse. No, he dropped the Vengeance. Verse. The Dawn of Justice verse. So the DOJV. MCU sounds better.
Or Hope. The verse can beat all Hope.
The Hope verse. Okay.
DC's all about hope, baby. All right, you guys, we're about to go ahead and end this video, this stream. It's your boy K-Dot, first Black Super Saiyan, the world rival in Hispanic, was that peace, love, positivity, all that jazz. Don't do drugs. Deuces.
What'd you do?